things that I want to just call out is what got me the most about when John was talking about change, because we've always talked about change at Partner Summit. It's kind of what we do here, is talk about what's coming next. What do we do to catch more of the opportunities? But it's the pace of change that I really kind of, made me kind of think for a second, saying, wow, this is a little bit different this year. Because it's multiple market transitions, it's IoT, I can keep going on. And when I think about individuals, and you mentioned it, John, everybody manages change differently. Some embrace it, some don't. Just a little known fact about me is before I was 18, I lived in 10 different cities, 2 different countries, and went to 4 different high schools. So if you're wondering why I was a little nuts, that's a lot of change. I know some of you like to look at pictures of my former self, so I'm going to give you one quick picture of me when I was 16 on the beach in Rio de Janeiro, where we lived for a few years. Someone is asking, which one am I? I'm the one on the left. I think I needed a haircut, but those were the 70s. As a change agent, one of the things that I actually thought of is this quote that I saw that really kind of captured the philosophy that I personally live by. And it's a Winston Churchill quote, where he says, to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. This really kind of captured a lot of what I believe I like to do in the world, which is be that change agent. I like to exploit new opportunities. And why I do what I do. One of the things that I love about my job is the opportunity to work with all of you to see what's possible and try to see what we can do together to try to make that a reality for ourselves. By the way, just for the record, I'm personally still working on that perfect part. That was a joke. Not a good one. The conversation that I want to have with you this morning is around the Channel Partner Program. That Channel Partner Program is what governs and guides the relationship we have with you, all of our channel partners. And over the years, you've given us a lot of feedback that one of the things that you like about Cisco's Channel Partner Program is that it is consistent, it is predictable, and it is reliable. That you can rely on it such that you'll invest in it and expect an outcome. But the only way that it has remained consistent, predictable, and reliable over the years is that it has continuously changed. It's continuously evolved. Let me give you an example. When I think about change and the way in which we drive change in our partner program, we use this kind of concept called cycle of change. We first begin with understanding those market transitions. John spoke about many of them. By the way, there's nobody better in this industry to catch market transitions than John Chambers. So how about a big hand for John? Seriously. We look at those market transitions. We listen to the customers. We listen to you. We listen to the marketplace. And then we go from listening to sharing. That's what we do a lot at Partner Summit. We share with you what we see is coming. And then we move from sharing to incenting. We incent you to go there. And from incenting, we eventually make a change in our partner program where we require those new capabilities. Let's think back a little bit. Do you remember back 10, 12 years ago, we were going from technologies to advanced technologies. And we came here at Partner Summit, and we shared with you what the new advanced technologies were and what they meant for you. And then what we did is not only shared it one year, the second year we incented you to go there. That's when we created VIP, remember Chuck? VIP was created as an opportunity to incent you to move your business models towards capturing these new opportunities around advanced technologies. Years later, we did it again around architectures. And through that process, we required, we incented, we shared. And when I look at the last few years, we've been incenting you to move along the journey of adding managed services to your practices, to adding more cloud. And last year we introduced the concept of moving your business models towards hybrid IT. You're making the transitions. Matter of fact, managed services is one of the fastest growing areas and the most profitable for many of you around this room. And each of you are choosing your role in the cloud. Many of you are builders, naturally, to what you do every day. Many of you becoming providers. Matter of fact, today, there are over 325 Cisco-powered services available through our cloud providers in the marketplace that are available to many of you to resell. And then, of course, many of you becoming resellers. This week, we'll be introducing a new role in our Cloud Partner Program, and that's the role of the aggregator. It's an opportunity for you to be able to bring multiple solutions or services and bill it one time. We'll be doing that with our distributors and many of you as resellers as well. Now we're moving to the world of IoE and IoT. The cycle continues. So while we're going to start to require managed services, cloud, and hybrid IT, I'll talk a little bit more about that, we're also going to start in the phase of moving towards incenting you towards business outcomes, towards moving your business models towards software. Because software is not like selling a product. John Brigham tells me that all the time. And solutions. Because in this whole world of IoE, IoT, it's about verticals, it's about solutions. We want to be able to leverage, if we're successful, and I know we will, with all of that ecosystem work to develop all those applications and solutions, so you can have those options available to take to your different customers. For me personally, the game has been twofold when I think about change. One is to truly help you catch market transitions. Can't tell you how many times the market transitions happens. And people come to me and they say, the first question is, so how many of your channel partners you think will not make the transition? Well, I've always been a believer that if we work together, we'll make the transition together. And we have. Most of you, and many of you, put up your hands earlier that you've been here for 10, 18, and longer. You're making those transitions. And the second real objective is helping you drive more value for your businesses, more services, which is where you differentiate and make more profit, as well as drive more profitability and higher valuations. Higher valuations, I mentioned that a couple times a few presentations ago, where our goal is not just to ensure you're profitable, but that the ultimate test of your worth is what somebody's willing to pay for you. And that's your valuation. About 3-4 days ago, it was great. Time was great. One of the partners sent me a research report by Raymond James. It's a finance company who did a research report on valuations of resellers and distributors versus many of the OEMs that they represent. This is the first time in history that in many cases the valuation of the resellers were higher than many of the OEMs they represent, which says that you're adding the value and you're perceived now by the financial community as a much different deliverer of value in the marketplace than you were years and years ago. So congratulations, it's working. The things that we're doing, the way in which we're changing is impacting, and we want to make sure that we continue to do that. So you're going to see us incent on business outcomes, software, and solutions. But you're also going to see us start to require some new things. So I'm announcing that we're moving to the next generation partner program. Every 3 or 4 years, 5 years, we'll introduce a new set of requirements in our partner program. And why are we changing it? We have 2 objectives. Objective number 1 is to help enable the partner of the future. The partner of the future is that partner who actually has a strong hybrid IT business model, who knows and who is effective in selling to the line of business. More and more of the influence of the IT budgets in our customers' hands are influenced by the line of business. and that you expand your services and you add solutions. That's our objective. That's the definition of a partner in the future. And then second, of course, is to continue to drive up your profitability and give you more opportunities to differentiate yourself as you go forward. And then at the same time, we always have to take the opportunity of simplifying where we can. But let me tell you here right now, one thing that is not changing in our partner program is our philosophy that it's all about value, not volume. That has been our philosophy for the last 10, 15 years and will continue to be going forward. We want to ensure that we're advantaging the partners that bring value, no matter their size and no matter their sales volume. And that's a commitment I'll make to you as we continue to talk about what we're changing. Okay, so what's changing? It's a lot of talk, Edison. What are you doing with the Channel Partner Program? So let me break it down for you. When you think about our Channel Partner Program, it has three value components. One, certifications. That's the brand and the relationship definition we have with you. Second, specializations that define and help enable your capabilities. And third is around incentives. I'm going to talk about all three of these. Let me start with certifications. Certifications is important because it defines the relationship we have with each other, as well as it gives you different benefits for the value that you bring. So, in the spirit of simplifying, and in the spirit of driving more brand relevance to each of these brands, we're going to be going from 4 brands, Select, Premier, Silver, and Gold. We're going to be moving to 3. We will be retiring the Silver brand. I'm going to come back to that in a second. So Select will become our entry-level brand. Premier will be the heart of all of our certified partners around the world. And Gold will be the strongest breadth brand that we have in our portfolio. Why are we retiring Silver? I know many of you are Silvers, and all of you are important. So why do we think it's time in our history to do that? Well, it's based on your feedback. You've given us feedback over the years that says, listen, the value proposition and the brand strength of Silver is not that strong, Cisco. Give us something there, because we're making investments, but we're not getting a return. And that brand doesn't have as much value to the end users. As a consequence, most of the Silver partners are there in transition as they move to Gold. They do it as a stepping stone. So what we want to do is work with all of you Silver partners to transition to being Gold, or we want to transition to another area of value that we're driving more of a brand preference in, and that is being a master partner. You're going to see us put more marketing, and you're going to see us put more incentives behind that master brand. So we're going to help you move to Gold, or we're going to help you move to a master brand if that's your preference in your business model. We're positioning master as good as Gold in the area of the focus that you're in. We want to ensure that all of you who are Silver partners have a return on your investment. We're going to have 24 months to make this change. So we'll work with you to ensure that we do this in an orderly way. I want to talk a little bit about the changes that we're making, and I want to go with the Gold part. Many of you in the room are Gold partners. So let me give you a perspective of the changes that we're making for our Gold certified partners. We will continue with the architecture specializations that you know, as well as the CCIE requirements that we've had in the program. But we will be adding hybrid IT as a requirement to being a Gold partner going forward. Remember last year, I shared with you that a hybrid IT business model is one where a partner not only sells on-prem based solutions, but also has managed services, can rationalize public, hybrid, and private clouds, professional services, wrapped together with different SLAs and consumption models. This is the model that is critical for you to evolve to. And we're going to start making this condition a requirement for all of our gold partners. Hybrid IT is the name of the game. There's still some of you sitting on the sidelines. We want all of you in the game. So, we're going to go require it. How are we going to require it? What are we testing for? What we're testing for during your audits is that you are actively selling cloud and managed services solutions, Cisco powered solutions. So you can work with the Cisco powered providers and actively sell them in the marketplace. We're not saying you need to be a provider. We're saying you need to be a good reseller of those solutions as part of your portfolio as you represent what's possible for the customer. So we'll be testing for having Cisco-powered managed services and cloud-based offers. Some of those cloud-based offers can be Cisco-branded offers like Meraki or WebEx. We're going to be looking for 4 minimum from a Go partner. Another requirement for Gold is being able to sell to a line of business buyers. Last year, we introduced a certification, an individual certification to help you be able to learn how you take these technologies and these architectures and put them in the language of the benefits to a line of business buyer. So we introduced the Business Transformation Career Certification, a family of 3 individual certifications. Think of them like a CCIE or CCNA, just in the spirit of an individual certification. But a certification that allows you to be able to promote the business value of the architectures. We're going to be looking for 1 business value practitioner in each of our Gold partners. I want to make a special offer though, because you do now need to make an investment in having somebody on your teams become a business value practitioner. For those Gold partners who take advantage of this offer over the next 6 to 12 months, we will commit to paying 80% of the cost of training and the cost of the testing for those individuals on the team. So take advantage of that offer. You see the website here, you can go to it. By the way, this website is not open right now. It will be open in about 3 or 4 weeks, so look for it. But it's an opportunity as you get ready for your next audit to be able to bring this new capability into your fold. I just wanted to also say here for a second that one of our ecosystem partners, Bruce, you have it on your chart, that I just want to recognize because they play such an important role of helping our end users, as well as many of you, get educated on a lot of the different technologies and solutions and now these new certifications. And that's our learning partners. We will be doing this offer through our learning partners. And I just want to take the quick opportunity, if I can have all of you, just give a big hand of applause to the 500 learning partners that we have around the world. Thank you. Okay, so let's continue here a second. Those are the major changes for Gold. And I'm personally very confident with the incentives that we've been giving the partners over the last number of years and the changes that we've been doing as far as helping inform you as well as incenting you, that the Gold partners will meet these new requirements with ease. I want to talk for a second to just the Gold partners, because you're our broadest, most capable partner in certification. Matter of fact, a lot of RFPs from customers say, don't reply if you're not a Gold partner. This means a lot. You're our broadest, most capable, certified partner out there. The customer's expectations of you are very high. Our investments in you, in your evolution for success, will continue to be high as well. So I just want to personally, on behalf of all Cisco, thank all of our Gold partners in the room. Thank you very much. conversation going here. As the world gets flatter, better enabling global commerce is also an objective in the changes that we're making in this next generation partner program. And doing global business has been a challenge for all of us, as well as our industry, for years because of tariffs and local laws and local changes. It's difficult. And while we've made some changes in the past, we still haven't hit that sweet spot. So while we still want to promote local investment, which is required for local customer support, we also recognize that as the world of networking becomes more centralized in its management, that customers are looking for one partner or a partner in a particular country to support beyond their borders of that country. So we are going to be making it easier by lowering the requirements for a partner who wants to have a business model of having offices around the world to be a global or a multinational partner. We're going to be moving a little bit more towards a host satellite model, recognizing more of the capabilities you're building in that host country or host area, and we're reducing some of the in-country requirements. For many of you who have no interest in having offices outside your host country, we still recognize you may need to support a customer outside your country, outside your borders. So we've also revamped the global partner network. Many of you might have tested it, but we've changed a lot in it. So please go to the breakouts, learn more about the things that we're doing there to be able to help you do more global business and care for your customers. One final point that I want to make on the certifications, and that's around customer satisfaction. We've always had a minimum requirement, a minimum score for a gold partner, for example, to be able to meet, to maintain their gold certification. They had to meet that minimum score. And you've given us feedback that says, hey, over the years, we've always done very well. Matter of fact, John mentioned it. Customer satisfaction with the partner is in a world-class area. It's 4.55, 4.454. It's great. But Cisco, you're causing us in this partner program to spend a lot of time and money and energy just trying to make sure I give you back a minimum score. And you're putting a lot of my investment as a gold partner at risk. We want to take that pain and uncertainty away. So while we're still going to require a minimum number of surveys, and we're going to require that you delight the customers, as you have been, we are going to say no more need to over-manage the system just to get to a customer sat score. Therefore, we're taking away the minimum score requirement to maintain your certification to be gold. Does that sound good? Again, all in the simplification. We're not saying customer sat is not important. It is critical, and we all know you don't delight your customers, you lose them. So we're going to work together, but we are going to make that a little bit easier for you. Keep in mind, you're going to have 18 to 24 months to evolve. So we'll work with you as we have in the past as we made some of these changes. There are a number of breakouts tomorrow afternoon, but we put in 2 breakouts for program. So you have an opportunity twice to listen to the program breakout and hear more about what this is going to be and all the changes that we're making. And keep in mind that over the next weeks and months, our teams will be working with you to give you more details and work with you in an orderly way. One of the things I've always valued about the changes that we've required in our program is that we're not going to do a flash cut and cause damage to your company. Our goal is to do this in a way that incents you and you start to move there, and then require it and it will help you during a natural transition. Good. All right. The second pillar of our programs is specializations. It's the foundation of value that we have with you. It identifies your capabilities to the marketplace as well as enables you. And the feedback that we've received from you is that, you know, Cisco, you're one of the best in the industry in the way in which you do specializations. But there's some opportunity to improve. You know, you could come out with content a little faster. You could make it a little less repetitious between some of the different specializations. And By the way, not all partners look alike. So give us a little bit more of an opportunity to differentiate our own business model as we take these different specializations. So in response, we are simplifying our specializations framework. We're going to be making it more modular in its design, which allows us to be able to have core content as a requirement. Think of this as going back to college. And then you have some electives that you can take where you can customize that specialization more to your business. And you're going to see us add more software as well as more services content as part of that. Today we have 3 architecture specializations with master levels: security, collaboration, and cloud builder on the data center side. I'm announcing here on stage that we're moving to adding 2 more architecture specializations with 2 more master level certifications. One for enterprise networks and one for service provider technology. You'll see these in the next 6 to 9 months coming to you. And remember, one of the value propositions is economic when you have a master level, because we give you incremental VIP on those SKUs that are tied to each of those specializations. So you'll see that as a change comes up. But let me also say, we're introducing, as part of specializations, solutions specializations. We're introducing 5. Many of you are selling some of these technologies today, but it's time to scale some of these technologies a little bit more around the world, and these specializations will help. As well as, we're going to give you some incremental solution incentive discounts if you're specialized in these areas. So we have 5 that are going to be coming out, and they're listed here. What I personally like about all these solutions that we're coming out with here as part of the solution specialization, but more importantly, based on all the solutions that we hope will become possible based on what we're doing with the Solutions Partner Program that Bruce mentioned, is that you're the route to market for all those solutions. So you're the beneficiary of being able to leverage those different solutions and get the economic impact that's available. So solutions is a key place for investing in the future. Partner shared with me that, Edison, all this change is great. You're adding more change, which is going to cost me more money. You know, bottom line is, I know I got to go there, but all this change needs investment. And we know that you invest to increase your value, to increase your differentiation, to drive up your profitability, and to ensure your long-term sustainability. We also know that the incentives that we provide you, in some cases, can be up to 30 to 50% of your profitability as a business. We don't take our incentives in the way in which we incent you lightly. But we do know we have an opportunity to simplify and enrich. So let me share a little bit with you about what we plan to do. Number one, when we think about incentives, we think about it in 2 places. One, back-end rebates, back-end oriented incentives, and then front-end oriented incentives. If you think about the back-end for a second, services rebates that we have under the CSPP program and the VIP rebates on the product side. Today we're investing back in you, our channel partners, $1.5 billion. I'm saying it again, $1.5 billion annually. It's good. I personally can't believe, and I know I'm looking at Chuck here, it's been 11 and a half years since we introduced that VIP program. We're in VIP number 23 right now. Thank you. You like it? All right. Now, it's good, right? I mean, it's stayed relevant because we've made changes and it's evolved as well, like our partner program has. But it's also gotten more complex. We're up to right now, believe it or not, because we get so excited about VIP every time we come up with a new product or area that we want to incent, we use the VIP program. We're up to 15,000 SKUs are in the VIP program. So depending on the product categories of areas that you might represent, you might be seeing more or less VIP. I know that from Chuck and Rob's and John's level, we're putting a lot more in incentives. So it isn't like it's not out there, but it has been and gotten a lot more complex. So in the VIP 24, which is the one that's going to be coming out in August, we're going to be introducing a couple of new innovations. Number one, we will be simplifying that SKU list and paying more on more relevant SKUs. We're also going to be incenting on software lifecycle. because it's not just about selling the software, it's about activating it, adopting, making sure it gets adopted, and then of course renewing it. And of course, we're also going to be driving more around key areas of hybrid IT. So those would be the areas that you're going to see some innovation on, but let me make sure you know, we are committed to maintaining that program and keeping it relevant, and we are going to keep it driving your profitability. But having said that, we've relied over the years too much on back-end oriented rebates to be able to drive profitability. So going forward, we want to add more to the upfront side of the equation. We want to help improve your profitability by not only maintaining and driving what we're doing on the back end, but putting more and getting better use of what can be possible on the front end. Now, over the years, we've introduced a number of different incentives that are registration-based incentives, like the OIP program for hunting, Opportunity Incentive Program, or the Teaming Incentive Program, the Solutions Incentive Program, and others. Some very successful. By the way, the OIP program, we already have a backlog that's close to $3 billion on that OIP program alone. But some of these programs are not getting the take rate that we think they deserve. Because they're in disparate systems, it's harder for the AM and the PAM, the account managers, to be able to go into the disparate systems. So they're not all adopted equally around the world. And when you do a local discount like a DSA, sometimes it just nullifies the benefit of the program completely. So we're going to be making some changes. Because of a new capability in CCW that we call guided deal registration, we're going to be at the by the December, January timeframe, implementing a new Cisco deal registration program. A new Cisco deal registration program that brings all of these disparate registration programs under one umbrella program. It's going to be one place, one time, for the account manager to recognize the value of the partner. So if the partner hunts the deal, they'll get the benefit of that OIP. If they add a solution, they'll get an incremental discount for solution. If it's a new customer that we want to try to incent you to find new customers, we'll add an incremental. So it's going to be one place, one time, globally consistent, and all stacked. Sound good?
Yeah.
But one of the biggest benefits of registering a deal has been that if you get an OIP, and we then go to a DSA, and it's above the amount of discount, you go to a DSA at a higher amount, an extra discount, we've guaranteed you that you're going to get 5 points better than other partners. That's what we call the differential, the guaranteed differential among other partners for the value of that OIP that you brought to the table. But you've given us feedback that says that's good, but not enough to help ensure that I win that deal and drive more profitability. So today I'd like to tell you that Cisco is increasing that differential 60%. We're going to take that from 5 points, guaranteed differential, to 8 points. What do you guys think? The objective there is twofold. One, we want to make sure that those partners who bring the value get the preference. This is about preference. As well as making it simpler, more consistent, and also you more profitable, because I want to see you see more profitability coming from that front end side of your business. Talking about a lot of change here. And I'm sure a lot of you are asking yourselves, all right, what does this mean to me? Is Cisco making me better off with all of what they're doing here? Are they going to make me worse off? Add that to all of what John talked about, change going on in my life. Do I really need this? Well, personally, my point of view on this is that we're all going to be better off. Let's make these changes together, orderly. And I think we will see the opportunities. You know, as your channel advocate, my goal has always been, and Cisco's goal, to partner with you to build a sustainable, profitable business. And as I mentioned, it's working. We don't want to go back on that. We want to accelerate that going forward. You have all of the Cisco executives here for the next number of days. Share with them what you see as the most short-term and long-term opportunities. Share with them what we can continue to do to make a difference in your business. And when you go back to your businesses and you leave the Partner Summit, think about how you will differentiate in the world of the Internet of Everything, where 98% of everything in the world is still unconnected. I want to just end on this slide. Winston Churchill: to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. Let's keep improving together, and let's keep working on that perfect part. Together we are amazing. I want to thank you very, very much.